What is up, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in. This is the Matt Ramage Show presented by Quick Trip. You know what I mean? And right now, Quick Trip has got a fantastic deal for the month of June. Let me get my phone open over here. For the month of June, buy one, get one free. The Quickery Cheese Mountain Pizza runs every weekend in June from 3 to 6 p.m. Quick Rewards members only. So if you're not a Quick member, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You get a buy one, get one free Cheese Mountain Pizza every weekend, the month of June, 3 to 6 p.m. Make sure that you are a Quick Rewards member. It's hard to say. And we are in this thing. We are in the basement. My first episode in the basement. We got Scott Harvey over here in the building. You know what I mean? But I want to talk to you people because I've been working on this basement for a minute, right? I'm not in the atrium. I know a lot of people are confused, think I'm in the Packers atrium, but I don't have my background set up yet. I have this shelf next to me. I got to paint. I'm gonna put that behind me. I'm gonna do some stuff because I don't have a basement like the Drew Cave. You know what I mean? You've seen it, you know, like even like Leo's memes. You know what I mean? What is it? Leo Packer, I forget the name, I should say. I think it's a fantastic page. They do great stuff over there. But I don't have that type of basement. I have it like that 70s show basement. You know what I mean? Like it's not good. It's just a regular basement. It smells funky, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have a beer fridge. I have one beer fridge over here, like a real fridge, like a big fridge, but I'm putting a mini one over here because I don't want to walk. What's that, like 17 steps? I can't do that all the time. You know what I mean? But this is good. It's gonna be a good spot. It's gonna be a good spot. I'm getting it worked out because it was my bar for a while, like this whole area. I got shelves over here. It's just full of like Patron, empty bottles of Patron. Like if you watch my early TikToks, like you'll see like this shelf is just full of like empty alcohol bottles. Even like in some of like, cause I have some viral videos of like doing the eye jokes or whatever. People are like, why is there so much Patron behind him? You know, it's just full of alcohol, but I'm going to put my Packers stuff over there. I'm putting a bar over here. I have a bar made out of pellets. Big shout to Lord Maloney, a buddy of mine. He made me a bar, but I had the bar over here before, but like it just kind of, there was a Christmas tree over here. Like it turned into like a storage facility, but now we're bringing it back. You know what I mean?
Gotta do that.
And anyways, but like next week, it'll probably be ready for people to see it. Until then, we're in the Packers atrium. Let's just pretend. But Scott, how have you been, man? We haven't talked in a minute.
It's been a while, but I'm really surprised they let you into the atrium. That you got past.
Yeah, and like because me and you have recorded some videos at the Packers atrium.
We have,
but never a podcast.
No, never a podcast. That'd be nice. That'd be fun to do a live one there. I don't know if I doubt they'd let.
I don't know if that would fly. I'll talk to Wes Hotchkiss. You know, I feel like me and him are buddies now. He can give me some info. But like, remember that one video that we did there where I was yelling like, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers' numbers gonna be retarded. Jordan Love, you got room on the next there, buddy." And that was like before Jordan Love ever had a start for the Packers, at least
pre-snap
as a starter.
Pre-snap Jordan Love, pre-snap starter.
Yeah, pre-snap starter. And then, but I remember because I had to be so loud because we didn't have microphones or whatever, and I was like, I'm just yelling in the atrium. But Scott Harvey is joining us today. You have your own podcast. You have your own show with your own crew.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Let them know. You know what I mean? Where can they find you?
So we are Road to Glory.
Road to Glory. You know what I mean? You might scamper onto some adult websites that have that same title. This is not that place. You know what I mean? Road to Glory is different here over here.
Yes. Yes.
Talk about sports.
We're on Facebook every Wednesday, not 7:30. We're taking a break right now due to just nothing to really do.
Nothing happening.
Give the guys a vacation. You know, I'm trying to be a good boss. So we're every Wednesday, 8:30 East, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. We talk Packers, Jets, Commanders, Giants, Lions,
Talk all that stuff.
Talk all. We were just doing straight football, but we like to talk. We try to talk, hockey, basketball. Let's just try to throw extra sports in there because not everybody's a big football fan. So we throw some stuff in there. I got a good group of guys.
I would do that if I knew anything about anything else.
Yeah, like, I try to say I know. We sometimes talk about the hot dog eating contest, like I did last week with I did a show with Indiana Sports with the Joe Schmoes, was one of the guys out in Indiana. We talked about Joey Chestnut, how they gypped him from they took him out of the competition. Dude, he's not eating next year.
Let's talk about this.
Yes.
Joey Chestnut, which I don't know anything about hot dog eating competitions. I've had a few in my living room. Yeah. Just I'm the only contestant, but dude, I'm telling you, I would not know a hot dog eating competition exists without him because he won so many times. Like I would have no idea. So like when they banned him, I don't know what he did. I don't know whose wife he was talking to, whatever was going on over here. They got him banned. Yeah. I don't know the details, but like I wouldn't know it existed without him. Like I've never watched. I just see the headlines. He's a winner. I like winners. You know what I mean? But do you know what happened? What did he do? Did he was he? Oh no, I think it was that he actually was promoting like some vegan food or something.
Yeah, non-meat hot dog, a rival.
Someone paid him. He got paid.
Oh yeah, he got paid. Did over $1.5 million, $2 million over 4 years or something. So, but that's you gotta go where the money is.
Dude, I don't blame him. Mr. Joey Chestnut, whatever your name is, get that money, bro. I ain't mad at you. I'm not. You know what? I will not watch Nathan's Hot Dogs unless Joey Chestnut is there.
But then they have the eating competition, whatever, Major League Eating, MLE. They set up a streaming on Labor Day with him and Kobayashi going head to head in a hot dog eating contest. The old champ versus the new champ. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. They're thinking about trying to find out where to do it. They should it'll probably be done at Dallas Stadium, just like everything else.
Yeah, dude. I think they should have a macaroni and cheese eating competition. Because I'll be in it. Quick Trip could sponsor it, right? A Quick Trip macaroni and cheese eating competition.
Shout out to somebody. You got to let somebody know. Get it started.
Dude, I'm telling Quick Trip right now. I'm gonna post this. Quick Trip macaroni and cheese eating competition. I guarantee you I win this thing.
Yeah. The family. It's you got to eat like 15 family mac and cheeses and just lukewarm.
Dude, I'm telling you, there could be different categories. Like you got Quick Trip macaroni and cheese, you got like the baked macaroni and cheese, you got all the.
What about Glazer competition?
Glazer competition. I think I overdosed on Glazers. I ain't gonna lie. People who live in Wisconsin who have a Quick Trip in like a 4-block radius or maybe even a little bit more know what overdosing on Glazers means. Like you have to take a pause.
Yeah.
Like, all right. I had my fill for the Glazers. Let me enjoy some different, different thing that they have over there. But Glazers, you eat them every day.
Yeah,
you start acting like a drug addict a little bit. You start fidgeting a little bit. Grab something else. They have other options. No, but Glazers are great. But I want to ask you. All right, so Shane Gillis,
the man.
This is like the reason that because I think Shane Gillis is so funny, and for everyone watching, everyone listening, we are talking about the Packers. I do have some stuff to say about Bears fans and like all the stuff that's going on. But you met Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis had a show for everyone who doesn't know, at the Rush Center in Green Bay, and somehow stumbled upon Scott at a bar.
Yeah.
What bar were you at? Let's shout them out.
Shout out to Stadium View. He
Stadium View. I thought it was
Stadium right at the
that's your spot, right? You're at duties all the time. But Stadium View is my spot. I love Stadium View.
Yeah.
Break it down. Let us know. Shane Gillis, for people who don't know, a comedian. He's got a show on Netflix, Tires. I've actually watched the first season. I think it's great. A lot of people don't love it, whatever. I think it's great. I love Shane Gillis. He was fired by Saturday Night Live, but then came back after he got big and was the host or whatever. Shane Gillis, stand-up comedian. Like you can find his stuff on Netflix. I think he's hilarious. He's a different type of comedian, I feel like. But anyways, so walk us through this. How did this happen? He walks through the door. You're probably passed out drunk and he had to wake you up. What happened? Let us know.
So me and my buddies are standing at the front door, and he walks in with literally one security guard that's like 5'2", big dude though, big stocky dude. He walks in, he goes, he's looking around, we getting hammered tonight, fellas? It's like, okay. So he walks right in, then this huge crowd just forms around him. And we're like, and he's just like, he's chatting with everybody, super humble, not like pushing people back and stuff, but he towered over everybody. He's like 6'4", 6'5", like this.
Really? Shane Gillis is tall?
He's extremely tall. He played college football at Elon University.
Actually, I've seen it. I've actually watched probably every Shane Gillis podcast he's done. Like he's done so much. Like he's a military dude, like in a brief type of way. He's done a lot of stuff. I absolutely love Shane Gillis. I think I don't want to get all weird.
Yeah.
But Shane Gillis, I think, is hilarious. I think he's good. But all right, so like, what happens here? All right.
So we're there sitting at the bar, we're chatting it all up, and standing in line to get a photo like everybody else is, fangirl moment.
Yeah.
We're standing up. My buddy goes, "We're gonna buy him shots." So of course I'm like, "All right, go get 3 shots of whatever." He's like, "Fireball." I'm like, "Ugh, not really wanting
Fireball."
We get up there, and he totally shuts my buddy down with shots. He's like, "Nah, dude, I don't want that." And so he gave it to his bouncer. So his bouncer his security guard was doing all the shots that people were buying. And this guy, by like 45 minutes into it, is just, after Shane went upstairs to go get some stuff, like nobody could find where he went. Like he's just walking around, like talking to all these people. And then, so he's upstairs talking to a bachelor party. I didn't get to talk to much of them, but everybody was buying him beer, buying him Bud Light, and he just was just ripping on people, just making jokes, and he asked us why did we trash Brett Favre like we did, and I said, "Who's that? Like Bert Favre?" And he's like, "Come on, like he's one of the best." Like, and then he's like, "What'd you guys do to Aaron Rodgers?" Says, "It was time to move on. Love is in the air, man. You just got to move on. So, but he was talking football. Like he knows a lot. Like he's just.
He definitely does. Like I've seen him on other podcasts. He's a football fan. Like he knows it. So Shane Gillis, if you're watching, I'm gonna tag you in this clip. Come on my podcast. Give me 20 minutes. Let's talk some football. Let's talk some stuff. I think he's an absolute legend. I think he's great. But that's awesome that you got to meet him.
Yeah.
Along with like everyone else, because like no one, like anyone at that level can't go to a bar, especially like in Green Bay, like in a small town, and like everyone just on Twitter, like Shane Gillis is here. Everyone just swarming that bar. Shout out to Shane Gillis. And shout out to Stadium View, dude. Everyone, like, if you're coming to Green Bay, I don't care who you are, famous, not, like, you're stopping at Stadium View.
Yeah. And then towards the end of the night, when he came downstairs, back down, and like found the group of people, he's just like, everybody bought him Bud Light, so he kind of like stumbling in. And I told him, I was like, I was supposed to go to your show on that Saturday, and I said I had to work. And he's like, would you rather go to a show and sit far away from me, or just have some beers and close this bar down? I was like, well, let's close this bar down, like, So he stayed till bar closed. Like we were there.
Dude, he stayed till bar. How long was he there for? Like hours?
I think. What time did we get there? We got there at like. Well, no, I got out of work at 10 o'clock, so it was like 10 to 2. He was there till. So that's a pretty good time. Like a pretty good amount of time for.
Yeah, so he was having a good time. That's awesome, dude. That's who I wish he would be. That's who I'm glad he is, because you know what I mean. Like I don't know.
Normal. He's just a normal guy. He's not one of these.
Oh, I know, but like hanging out with the people. You know what I mean? Like having a good time, like a regular folk didn't change. You know what I mean? I think that's what's cool is like when guys make it to a certain level, they're not like acting like they're better than. You know what I mean? They're not calling people civilians
Yeah, or like, oh, you peasant, like get out of my way. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, I'm not like these people. No, but that's awesome. Shout out to Shane Gillis, you know what I mean? But all right, so let's talk about some Green Bay Packers football. All right, Scott Harvey, host of Road to Glory. What is it? What's
former host of Between the Hashes, but Facebook kicked us down.
Facebook didn't like you. They're like, no, you got to go.
Yeah, but now I can go live on that page, so I don't know what I'm doing. So
yeah, you don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. That's the thing that people need to realize. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. Nobody knows what they're doing.
I'm empty.
You know what I mean? All right. So while he gets a brew, we're about to talk about some Packers. I want to talk about the divisions in the NFC. But big shout to Nicolay Law for sponsoring me as well. You know what I mean? I'm wearing the hat. You know what I mean?
That guy,
I've never met him. What do you got?
I said I've never met him, but he's a legend. I love his commercial.
He is. Russell Nicolay is an absolute legend. You see the banners, the billboards all over Green Bay and Wisconsin and into Minnesota. If you ever get injured in an accident, insurance companies are going to beef you around a little bit. Check out Nicolay Law. You know what I mean? They're going to treat you right. They're real people. He's got a Wisconsin tattoo on his forearm. If you have a Wisconsin tattoo on your forearm, you're cool with me. That's like a guy you could just meet at a bonfire somewhere. You know what I mean? You're just hanging out in like Chippewa Falls or whatever. You know, you just stumble upon this gentleman. But anyways, check out, shout out to Nicolay Law. All right, so let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. The Bears fans have been getting crazy. I made a few videos, made some Bears fans not as happy as they not as happy as they would have been because they generally don't like me anyways. But dude, first of all, I'll say like the video I made like on Instagram and on Facebook, the reel about the Bears are projected to win the NFC North. That was from a page. It's a Bears page. It's a legit Bears page. I forget what it's called. It's something stupid, but it's like the most trolly Bear page ever. So I don't think that every Bears fan thinks that, but I'm still gonna troll. You know what I mean? Bears fans, you give me some opportunities, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? But dude, the NFC North to me, like I made a video about today. It's a 2-team division. It's the Packers and the Lions. Yeah. The Bears and the Vikings are trash. The Bears are better than they were, right? And I want to say this before we get into this. I'm gonna talk a lot of trash about the Bears right now. Bears fans, for the most part, Bears fans, I respect them. I like them. You know what I mean? I talk some trash. They talk some trash. Some take it too far. They get all like their feelings hurt and they get all emotional about it. I don't know. They do. Bears and Vikings. I mean, there's other fan bases that do it too. Like, dude, I'm just having fun. Like, dude, it's not personal. I'm not like talking about your grandma or nothing. But like, dude, some of them get like all like crazy. Like, I'm not like, it's not personal attack. I'm talking trash about your football team, not you. All right.
Team.
You should be used to it. Dude, I had a Bear fan today tell me, well, he started flexing on the Super Bowl loss they had. He's like, well, we've been to 2 Super Bowls since 85. And I'm like, yeah, well, you lost one. Why are you mentioning that?
Yeah, get out of the past.
That's like I used to have a fiance. Yeah, she left me at the altar for my brother, but whatever. Like, dude, that's like, dude, I don't flex on Super Bowl 32. I don't mention it. And if anyone else mentions it, I get upset. I don't want to talk about it. So I don't know why you'd flex that. But so I want to talk about, I think, everyone's been saying that the NFC North is gonna be tough. It's not. It's the Packers and the Lions. So I want to bring this up right here. I want to bring up the NFC teams if I have it right here. I have it. There we go. You got to move a little bit. If you want to stay on camera, Scott. If you want to stay on camera, bro, you got to get ready. All right. So the NFC North, they got the Bears trash, Lions good, Packers good, Vikings trash. So it's 2-2, right?
Yeah.
So do you agree with that? Move over.
100%.
Slide your head. Let me look at you, Scott. The other way.
What?
There you are. All right.
Now I can't in my thing. I can't see myself.
I can see you now. All right.
That's good.
I don't need to see you.
I would say, yeah, maybe 2.5. Like the Vikings kind of make a little.
All right, Scott. I don't know why I invited you. Anyways.
No, there's only 2 teams. It's only 2. Yeah.
No, but like I think for the Bears and the Vikings, it depends on quarterback play, right?
Yeah,
They both gonna have young quarterbacks, so like it'll depend. And the Vikings, I don't think they're starting their young quarterback. They're going with what's his face, which I think is absolutely worse. I
was it
forget his name. That's
Dobbs?
how bad it is. But so, what do you think about like the NFC South? Because I'm just gonna focus on NFC. Which one is the toughest division? You got the Falcons in the South. You got Carolina Panthers. You got the Saints. You got the Buccaneers. I don't think that division is necessarily tough either. The Falcons have Kirk Cousins. First of all, Viking fans were talking to me. They're like, well, if Kirk Cousins didn't get hurt, the Packers wouldn't even have been in the playoffs last year. First of all, he did get hurt. No. We'll talk about that after. I have a rant for that. Anyways, Vikings. Kirk Cousins isn't that freaking fantabulous. All right. So you got the Atlanta Falcons led by Kirk Cousins. You got the Carolina Panthers who absolutely suck.
Yeah.
The Saints who do they got? They got Baker Mayfield.
No, Baker Mayfield's with the Bucks.
Yeah, he moves too much. All right, yeah, he's with the Bucks.
It's Derek Carr.
I think the South sucks too. All right.
In my opinion, the worst team, the team in the NFC that did the worst draft, in my opinion, was the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
I'm not a big draft guy, but like I can get behind that. I feel like the Falcons, they signed Kirk Cousins like they were signing Peyton Manning, and then they drafted a rookie right away. They're like, "Yep,
there you go, bud."
And that's why he left, because he didn't want to be with the Vikings because they're going to draft a rook, and then he goes to the Falcons. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to do the same thing." You know what I mean?
I think the hardest team in the South is the Bucks. I think it goes.
Oh yeah.
Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers. But
yeah, I think so too. I agree exactly, because the Panthers, dude, they're horrible. I have Bryce Young in my fantasy. Actually, I don't anymore. I used to. I cut him, but I was like, just in case. I think Scott left us. He went dark. Anyway, so we're gonna move on to the NFC East. Hopefully, Scott comes back. Where'd he go? I don't know what's going on over here, Scott. Is he gonna leave us? Scott might be leaving us. But all right, so we're gonna go to NFC East, and hopefully he comes back. So we keep this thing rolling. We got the Dallas Cowboys, we got the New York Giants, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's not the proper name for them anymore. That's Washington Commanders. It's an old picture, but I think probably you got to think. All right, Scott left us. He's really screwed me over here. But hopefully he comes back. But I think it's probably the NFC East or the West that is the best in the NFC. I just don't see it from the NFC North because I feel like there's only two teams, right? So you got the Cowboys who are going to be, all right, Scott's back over here.
The weirdest thing that happened, I had a phone call come in and it totally messed up everything. So
yeah, whoever called you, tell them I'm very upset with them right now. All right, so we're moving on to the East.
I'll tag him in the comments at the end.
So we got the Cowboys, we got the Giants, Eagles, and Washington Commanders. No matter what that says, it's an old image. All right, so I think the Cowboys are a good team, right? Not better than the Packers, but
here, which way do I go? Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good right here.
Oh,
and then New York Giants, Eagles, I think are a decent team. Like they got some stuff. They got what's his face over there.
Yeah.
That's some good analytics right there.
You got that guy.
Washington, I don't have any faith in. I don't know. I don't feel like there's any really good division, but give me your thoughts on the NFC East.
Trash. but if I was to go in order, I would say Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, or whatever you want to call them, and then the Giants.
Yeah, but to me, that's the same thing with the Packers and the NFC North, right? Two teams that have a shot and two teams that are just out, right? And then you got the West, you got the Cardinals, you got the Rams, you got the Niners, and you got the Seahawks. And I feel like I think all these divisions have about two teams, right?
Yeah, the 49ers and the Rams.
Yeah, 49ers and the Rams. Like we'll see like what comes out of this, but like I just don't talking about the NFC North, because I didn't really go through this and to actually think about, because I was going to talk a lot of trash about our division, about the Bears and all the Vikings. But like I feel like every division is kind of the same. It's got two teams that are likely to make have a shot for that division, and then two teams who suck. And like obviously teams might pop up, but the Vikings and Bears ain't popping up.
No.
Dude, let me just get rid of this graphic over here. But
and I work with a Bears fan, and we're talking and whatnot, and he goes, "All you stinky Packer fans and this, that, and I'm just like bringing up, you've only won 2 Super Bowls in the last 30 years, and then they're like, how many have the Bears won since that? I'm like, yeah, 1 in 85, and they're like, how many have the Packers won in the last few years? I said 1. Well, they won it not, they've got 2. Ooh, well, it's just.
Dude, the thing with that is it's stupid because like Bears fans, Viking fans will do the same thing. Lions fan, not so much. Lions fans really don't talk a lot of trash, and they're kind of new to being like relevant. People
they don't know how to talk trash, so they're just like, your mom stinks.
They don't. You know what I mean? But like the Bears fans, like particular, will like talk trash about the Packers and say you had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks and only 2 Super Bowls. Well, you didn't have any in that time frame.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like Bears fans, whenever they want to talk, well, how many Super Bowls do you have in the last this many years? Like, all right, let's talk about since 1985. You have 1, we have 2 since that time. Like, I don't care. They talk about like, well, you had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back. Well, you could have, bro.
You could have.
Brett Favre
was
traded. Brett Favre was traded. Right? Yeah. That means he was tradable. You could have traded for him. Aaron Rodgers was drafted, 24th overall, 26th? I think it was 24th. I don't forget. Either 24th or 26th. So you could have drafted him. You chose not to. Like, don't cry about, like, your like, trash organization doesn't know how to draft. Get a quarterback, bro. The Packers did it. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, now Jordan Love. Just get yourself a quarterback. And the Bears think that they did with Caleb Williams, but they thought they did with Justin Fields. All the stuff you see about Caleb Williams, people were saying about Justin Fields. Justin Fields wasn't just so egotistical to like pump it up and like, yeah. Dude, I got no hate for Caleb Williams because I don't know this dude. I don't watch college. But like everyone's pumping him up and he's kind of pumping up. And you see all these Bears players, like they're doing podcasts like Green Bay sucks. Like, first of all, that's not even the Bears still suck, right? The Packers made in like 85, there was from what I understand, it was the Don Mikowski challenge game, right?
Magic.
And then that was kind of like how that Bears still suck thing came. So, like, the Bears are so unoriginal, they can't even get their own thing. Green Bay sucked. It doesn't even sound good, bro. Think of something good, like, like you hate cheese, something.
Yeah.
First of all, everyone from Illinois talking about Green Bay sucks. Where do you go on vacation? You come to Wisconsin, bro. That's what everyone comes from the border. Minnesota, Illinois, where do you want to go on vacation? We're going to Wisconsin. Where's your cabin?
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, bro.
Up north.
So talk about Green Bay sucks, what all you want, but like you all love it over here. You know what I mean? Yeah. All these Bears players, you don't see Packer players doing that. You don't see Preston Smith going on a podcast talking about the Bears. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers talked about the Bears because he owned them. And people are like, well, Aaron Rodgers talked about the Bears because he owned you. Yeah. Bro, like, well, what was his record against them? And he didn't talk about them most of the time. He did at the end, and kind of now he talks about how he owns them. I think it's great. But, like,
I love it.
The Bears it's such little brother syndrome. Anyways, but, like, so what team in the North, what rival do you hate the most?
I hate the Bears. The Lions I'm starting to hate just because they're kind of, they had a good year. Vikings, everybody's just trash. It's just hard to not pick.
Right here. Sam Darnold. That's how I forgot who the Vikings.
Oh, that's right. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Lyle. Dude, that's my host. That's one of my hosts.
What's up, Lyle?
Lyle.
We should have had him be a producer.
Fantasy Focus. That's our fantasy football guy.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold, dude, isn't scared. No, the Vikings they don't matter. They're irrelevant.
Are you still in a coma on the Vikings?
Dude, I'm in a coma. Because every year people tell me, don't sleep on the Vikings. I'm in a coma. I'm in a coma on the Vikings. I'm in a coma on the Bears, too. I don't care. Like, people talk about, oh, they got this great wide receiver group. Best wide receiver group of all time. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe not. I'm a little exaggeration. But, like, great wide receiver. It doesn't matter. what's the line? Is Caleb Williams going to play good? Because, some rookie quarterbacks do play good, but not ones who are hyped up.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud had a good year last year. I think he's a little bit overhyped. I think he's great, but people kind of put him above Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love, but am I biased, Scott? I don't think so.
The people that put CJ Stroud above Jordan Love are Bears fans.
Dude.
They're
ain't no hate for CJ Stroud, because I would love to see the Texans do some stuff because, Texans never have. I do like to watch those teams. Not the Cowboys.
They're stacking up. They're stacking up this year. They were stacking up this offseason.
Yeah, we'll see what the Texans do. I'm not saying that Stroud sucks. I just feel like he's getting he was good and he deserves his props, but I feel like people are we put him in the top 3. And I'm just I don't know, 1 year. But then also I say 1 year with Jordan Love. I'm well, but that's different because Jordan Love was back up to Aaron Rodgers for 3. And then his first season starting. And people are well, what Jordan Love are we going to get? The beginning or the end? I don't know. His first year starting, he ended better than he started. I'm stunned. I'm shocked by this.
That's what you want. That's what you want. You don't want to start great.
And then, you want to start
he ended and then end great.
He ended good. I expect him to start this season how he ended last season. It's not just him. It's Matt LaFleur learning how to coach Jordan Love. You know what I mean? As a starter, right? It's his wide receivers figuring out what Jordan Love likes, figuring out his hand signals. I mean, not that they don't learn that in training camp, but when you have a full season of playing together, you learn little intricates. That's a real word. I just learned it today.
Ooh, Matt. But are you all right there? That's a big word.
Even Musgrave and Kraft, and you take away the injuries, and people talk about Aaron Jones because dude, first of all, Viking fans they try to goat me into talking bad about Aaron Jones. They're oh, you're bitter because Aaron Jones is gone because I'm talking about Josh Jacobs. I love Aaron Jones. I will never say a bad word about Aaron Jones. I will always represent Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is the greatest. I think he's one of the greatest Packers. He handled it, carried the G, as they say. Aaron Jones is fabulous, and he's going to do fabulous in Minnesota. But they replaced him with Josh Jacobs, which I think, whatever you want to say, I feel like they're pretty even. Aaron Jones is a little bit older. Josh Jacobs, people talk about what he did last season, he had whatever. I wasn't paying attention, but what's going on with the Raiders? Randy Moss didn't do good on the Raiders. I don't care what a guy does on the Raiders. All right, Devontae Adams is still doing his thing because Devontae Adams is Devontae Adams. You just need the quarterback that can give him the ball. But anyways, I'm saying is the Raiders, what's going on over there doesn't matter. He didn't play that good on the Raiders. Well, he was on the Raiders. But was he on the Raiders? Yeah. Okay. Well, then he was on the Raiders. The Packers are not the Raiders. Yeah. I think Josh Jacobs is going to be a good replacement for Aaron Jones, but I still got love for Aaron Jones. I will forever. And I will never say a bad word. Anyways,
how about I love Josh Jacobs is great. I've always traded for him in my Madden game just because of how big he is. But also AJ Dillon this offseason.
Yeah, AJ Dillon. He looks, dude. He put in some work. I love me some AJ Dillon.
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah,
he is just. This is his year to prove himself. Because if he doesn't prove himself this year, I hate to say it.
No,
doesn't prove it. I don't think he's back next year. But he's already started he's shredded. He is.
Yeah, he's beefed up to the feet up. You know what I mean? Just like me, right? Me and AJ Dillon, we're a lot in common. Beefed up to the feet up.
Beefed up to the feet up. But those quads have quads, so it's
those quads have grandchildren, bro. Those quads have grandchildren.
He put in the work this offseason. It's gonna be good. But I'm also impressed with the guy they drafted too. We've got a pretty darn good running back room. If you look at it, Marshawn Lloyd, if that's his name, I think Marshawn Lloyd. Yeah,
that rookie running back. Yeah, I think the running back position in Green Bay is going to be really interesting because you got Josh Jacobs. Obviously, everyone's talking about last year he didn't do as well as which I don't know because I don't know his stats. But I know that I've seen Josh Jacobs. He's a good running back. I don't care what happened last year. He's on the Packers this year. Talking about his injuries. Well, Aaron Jones had injuries last year too. Hopefully, I don't think Aaron Jones will this year. I think on the Vikings, Aaron Jones will do quite well. He's not littered with injuries. Like doesn't have a history of like being injured every year. That's what the NFL is, bro. Have you heard about this? Like the owners are talking about having a salary cap for quarterbacks because the salaries are getting crazy. Which I don't know if it's true or not because but they're reporting on it. The places that report stuff about sports, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not sure the NFLPA is going to lay down and be like, yeah, let's have salary caps on quarterbacks. I just don't see it. But what do you think?
That's like,
I think it'd be tough.
It'd be tough, but that's your number one position. Like,
yeah,
you can't not pay a guy because you don't want to pay the guy. It's just
and then the salary cap keeps growing.
Yeah,
you're gonna give it to the number one spot. Like your salary keeps growing. You get a nicer house before you get, I don't know, maybe a nicer car. Like your number one priority is like what gets it. Like I think like the salary cap keeps growing. The quarterbacks are important. You got to pay them. All right. I mean, I know like there's some mediocre quarterbacks getting paid big time money, but like the NFL is making billions.
Like Trevor Lawrence. Oh,
yeah. But like
Trevor,
for me, I'm a cheese factory worker, right? I'm a union worker, and I feel like when you bring in a bunch of revenue, I'm not talking about myself because I don't. I'm just a worker. But the NFL players, right? They bring in a bunch of revenue. And I feel like they deserve their piece. They deserve because the NFL, because people are like, well, the players don't deserve that much money. But like, then who's gonna get it? This isn't make-believe land where they just give it to the veterans and they just give it to the people, the first responders, and they give it to people that should, teachers. A lot of people should make more money. But like the fact is that the NFL makes billions. If the players don't get it, the billionaire owners do. Why should they? The players are the ones taking shots across the middle. The players are the ones that are running a slant when you got this crazy safety trying to make a name for himself, trying to rock your face off.
Yeah.
Like that's who I feel like they're the workers. They should get the money. I feel like they should get every penny that they're worth. I don't care about the billionaires' pockets. Kraft and all those guys. I don't care.
The only shots those billionaires are taking are shots of tequila and Patron up in their suites. They're not
like trying to face off the feds when they're in their like little massage parlors or whatever they're in.
Talk about billionaire owners. Anytime, like when the Patriots would win the Super Bowl or like a big game or whatnot, and they'd interview Robert Kraft. Poor dude is hammered all the time. He'll talk about Tom Brady even if Tom Brady didn't play the game.
Yeah, he's not even there anymore. He's like, Brady.
When we had Tom and when we had, when I was like, it's Mac Jones. It's Mac Jones. It's not Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I'm excited for Drake May. Honestly, in New England,
I think it'll be interesting to like see. I think the Patriots are probably going to suck for a while, and they deserve every minute of it.
Yeah.
Patriots fans, I ain't got no hate for you. I got a few friends of Patriots fans, but like, unless you guys are like old, you don't even know what it's like to suck, bro. Yeah. Like you've won a Super Bowl like every like 3-4 years, whatever. What was their biggest drought? I mean, there was one. But I want to get to this comment right here. Quarterbacks do need a cap, taking a third of the cap. I don't have a problem with the quarterbacks getting the cap if that's what they decide to do because this thing keeps getting grown. Like they have a rookie cap, right? That worked out well because the rookie contracts are getting crazy. Like you draft a rookie number one, and then if he sucks, your franchise sucks for 12 years because you paid him whatever, all this crazy money. And if they didn't have one today, it'd be just insanity. So I'm not saying that it's good. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. I just don't want to ruin the game. Because, they make a lot of rule changes, you start tweaking the game. They always talk about like protecting the shield when they're talking about certain things. But like, I feel like you start making too much like a cap for quarterbacks. Like you say it, they're taking a third of the cap. Is that different than when they were doing 10 years ago? Were they not taking a third of the cap then? Like, or I don't know if that's an accurate number or like
That's been
what it is, but like they've always been because the cap keeps going up. The quarterback is the most important position. But the thing that's happening, I feel like right now, is quarterbacks that don't deserve it are getting a bunch of money. So like you're like kind of handcuffed as a team, right? We have this like Kirk Cousins type of guy who is like not great. He might not take us to the promised land, but if we get rid of him, what are we gonna have? That guy from Minnesota, you know, that new Darnold. What's gonna happen? Like, remember back in the day when like Dan Marino retired, Dolphins didn't have a quarterback forever. The Niners were like the only team besides the Packers. They went from Montana to Young. Packers went from Favre to Rodgers, but that's not typical. But especially like back in the day, like
you don't have
when you had a great quarterback, like you just sucked for a while. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting like to talk about. But like I think the NFL sometimes when they think about rule changes, they just do it like quick. I think it'd be something to think about with like a cap for quarterbacks. I don't know where you put it, and would the NFLPA even approve it? Because the quarterbacks, I assume, have a lot of power in that union. Like, you ain't capping my money, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Sure, yeah. You ain't touch my money. Don't mess with money. No, that's the number one thing. Don't mess with nobody's money. But do you put, like you said, a cap
on all the positions?
Do you? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would think.
Yeah, I think it makes it weird.
Like, and this
putting caps on all positions. First of all, I can barely understand the salary cap now. Now I gotta learn new stuff.
Yeah.
Then first of all, I didn't even learn the old stuff yet. I asked other people. That's why I have a podcast. I have other people come on and tell me about it.
Yeah. And then the wide receiver market is just blowing up. Like,
yeah. If you have a wide receiver that pops, it sucks for you. Like Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. Okay, now you pay your wide receiver. Now you have a shitty quarterback. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
like you, it's tough, especially if you're a team like the Vikings because you don't know what you're doing to begin with because they suck for so long. But like, that's what. Let's talk about that. Like what would you rather have? All right, let me ask you this: what would you rather have? The Packers as they are now. All right, we got Christian Watson. Right, we got Jaden Reed. We got Romeo Doubs. We got Wicks. We got Bo Melton. We got some guys back there, right? I got yelled at the other day for making a video not mentioning Wicks. I love Wicks. I think he's gonna be a stud. I think he's great. Whatever. When I make a video in my truck, it's like usually I got out of work like 4 minutes ago. I'm still hot and sweaty. I'm just yelling into my phone.
Right? Smells like cheese.
You know what I mean? I just got out there. But would you rather have this type of wide receiver group where it's like guys get open, whoever's hot that day is going to get the ball, or would you rather have a Devontae Adams, but like the Packers, other wide receivers, you got guys who I don't feel like are as good overall. You got that one stud, and you got some pretty good dudes. But like right now, I think the Packers have like a bunch of studs. I wouldn't say studs because they're not Devontae Adams level.
Yeah.
Like the potential to like be a great wide receiver. I'm not even gonna put him in a category with Devontae, but like just guys that can any day, one of these guys could pop off and be that number one, but like not have that number one where you got to force the ball to. What would you rather have? That number one stud you got to force the ball to, you got to get in that ball, but he doesn't have a great, whatever you want to call it, secondary like co-stars, or you want a bunch of like number twos, as they say, you know.
I like the guys you like to develop. You know, you could have that one guy that's good, but then you're only throwing the ball to him. You get the guys that you can throw the ball to. Like we have such a great wide receiver core. It's going to be tough once these guys' contracts comes up.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
Oh, you don't know who you're going to keep. But I've been hearing all these things of trading. Either it's just I don't know if it's Bears fans just try to stir up the pot.
Yeah, I got something to say about this. Go ahead.
Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs and a 5th rounder for Brandon Ayuk.
Dude, that is, let me tell you, I've seen these trade proposals on Twitter. Stupidest thing ever. Trading like Jaden Reed and or Christian Watson and like a second I saw for someone else. Stupid.
Dumb.
Jaden Reed potential to be a top wide receiver.
Didn't he have the
I love Jaden Reed. I think Jaden Reed is fabulous. Like these guys that the Packers have, you don't know what they're going to be. At least there could be a lot of number ones like after that they leave Green Bay. Like I feel like they're young. Like you don't know what they're going to be. So I'm not going to say like they're like Devontae Adams level or whatever, but like Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs showed it. Christian Watson, he got the injury thing, but Christian Watson can be that dude. I feel like a lot of these guys can be that dude. So like while they're young and the contracts ain't crazy, because when the contracts come up, especially if they all ball out, which I expect them to do. I don't mean ball out like they're going to get like 14 touchdowns because they work as a unit, so their numbers ain't going to be inflated or whatever. But if they can keep these dudes together for a little bit, they're all growing with Jordan Love. You got the tight ends with Musgrave and Kraft. Yeah. They're all growing together because they all kind of got drafted. Jordan Love, obviously, earlier, but when he started, all these guys kind of got drafted together. I feel like they're all going to come up together. They can be special. Like I would rather have guys that are just like, hey, someone get open.
Yeah.
And have a guy, I got to force got a ball because he's that man. Yeah. And Devontae Adams deserves that. I don't care what team he plays for. Devontae Adams is on your team getting the ball. Throw the ball to him.
Exactly.
But when you have a roster like the Packers have, like there's not guys like, I don't mean to throw shade, but like guys like MVS, who I always loved MVS. But like he wasn't always trustworthy. Like he might not catch the ball all the time, but like when he did, it was go time. And I love MVS. Like I was always a big MVS fan. But I'm saying that this team has guys that you expect them all to catch the ball. They can all get open, especially like because there's no number one. They don't know who to double. You know, guys are going to be running open. Like, see how deep that secondary is. Like, I'm just excited, and not even just the wide receivers, but the tight ends. You got Josh Jacobs. You got that young rook. You got AJ Dillon. Mr. Quadzilla. You know what I mean? Like you said, he's beefed up to the feet up now. Like he's working. I would like to see. I think AJ Dillon actually is going to be one of the more interesting guys because he's got a lot to work for. Like you said, like if he doesn't, pop off this year, like he needs to, when he has his opportunities, he has to ball out because he lives in Door County.
Yeah.
He doesn't want that big commute if he has to go play somewhere else. I love AJ Dillon. Yeah. I will always love AJ Dillon. I love AJ Dillon because he represents Green Bay. Like he does his football youth camp in Green Bay. No players do that. They go home, which they, I get it. They're supporting their community. But AJ Dillon does it in Green Bay because he considers this his community. So AJ Dillon, big props. But like when it comes to football,
mayor of Door County. He's the mayor of Door County.
He's the mayor of Door County.
Shout out to town of 4,000. Door County, by the way, for always.
Oh, I love Door County.
Oh, it's
Door
so
County.
Beautiful.
Dude, Door County's a good time. I ain't never been to Door County and not left hungover. Right? Yeah. We got some good stuff over there.
There we go.
They got resorts. They got all this stuff. But yeah. So let me ask you this before we head out of this thing. What do you see this division ending? I don't think we mentioned it earlier. We were talking about the division. But where do you see the team slotting in? I'll tell you if you're wrong or not.
I got Bears, not Bears. I got Packers. I got Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears.
Yeah, that's the thing is, where do you put the Bears and the Vikings? That's the only question.
Either one of them got to be at the bottom. So it's like,
yeah, I might put the Bears above the Vikings. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a fight to the death in their season. But like, I want to get to this question because nobody cares about that. I think that this is a really good question right here. We got first time going to a Packer game. What can I do there? I feel like this is a good question for us, right? Because you live down the street from Lambeau. Yeah. I've been in, Green Bay all my life, most of it, anyways. First of all, I would say get there early, go to the Hall of Fame, check out the trophy that the Lions fans can't do that. You know what I mean?
Park in my yard for game.
Park, Matt, you go right here. You park in Scott's yard. Check out Kroll's right across the street. They got Titletown. Right across the street from Lambeau Field. They got a big hill there. They got a nice little they got the ring set out there. They got some good stuff over there at Titletown. They got lots of bars over here. Stadium View. Check out Stadium View.
Shout out.
There's not a ton to do that doesn't involve drinking, I feel like. You go to Titletown, though, you can run the 40-yard dash. You can do all types of stuff. So
how did that go for you, Matt, that one time?
Dude, I ran it. I'm going to do it again because I actually have another idea for a video I'm going to do for Titletown.
Ooh.
But
You
you
know,
know what I mean?
I'm always in to help. I'm always,
Yeah.
right there.
I might. That's my camera guy right here. But yeah, I think we might have to do another one. You know what I mean?
If you don't
But,
leave Green Bay hungover, you did it wrong.
yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
So, what's your favorite place to eat around Lambeau Field?
Kroll's.
Kroll's? Yeah, for me too. I
Kroll's
like
is good.
I know
the bars are good. They got some.
I feel like everyone has it. I feel like Stadium View has good food. All the bars down over in that area. Stadium View is my spot. I feel like Stadium View and Anduzzi's is like a gang.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you represent the wrong one. Like, I like Stadium View, so I feel like I can't say Anduzzi's ever, but Anduzzi's, they're good too. They got a good spot over there. The bar does too. I haven't been to the bar in a while.
But you pledge your loyalty to one or the other.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Like, it's gotta be one or the other. You can't be on the fence about it. I used to be a big Anduzzi's guy back in the day. I remember one time we were at Anduzzi's, right? Me, my mom, my stepdad, my brother. It was like a family thing. You know what I mean? And, you know, my older brother was kind of giving me a noogie. You know, they grab you, put you in a headlock, give you a little. He was giving me one of those. I think he had me in a full Nelson. So I'm sitting there, and like my neck is, and then all of a sudden he was gone. So I was like, so I turned around. I'm like, where'd he go? And there's a bouncer from Anduzzi's hauling him out in a full Nelson, walking him right to the door, threw him on the pavement, right? And I was like, bro, we weren't fighting. That's my brother. He's like, oh, you with him? I was like, nope.
Get out of here.
I'm not trying to get thrown out, but I walked out. Like, let me walk out. Then we all left or whatever. But yeah, Anduzzi's don't play around. Like, when you get thrown out of Anduzzi's, you get thrown out. Stadium View, I got kicked out of Stadium View one time, right? After a Packer game. Yeah. Right? I'm at Stadium View. The place is rocking as the Packers win. I'm upstairs, you know, on the balcony at Stadium View. And I'm just hammered. Like, you know, I've been drinking for about 9 hours, 10 hours, whatever. Right? So I'm over the ledge and I'm yelling, go, Pack, go. And everyone on the bottom, you know, they got a band down there, you know, usually or whatever. The band wasn't playing at this time. It was late. And I'm yelling, go, Pack. Everyone's just shouting, go, Pack, go. Ooh, and then I'm like, I'm feeling it. I'm like, yeah. I'm like hanging out halfway over the balcony. And then I feel like a hand on my shoulder. And then someone pulls me back off the balcony. And it was some dude at Stadium View. And he was like, I think it's time for you to go. And I was like, I think you might be right. And I was like, that was the nicest I've ever been thrown out of a bar. He didn't want me to get hurt. It wasn't like he was being mean. Like, he didn't want me to, you know, I was a drunk guy leaning over a ledge. He was like, this guy's going to fall on his face. Yeah. So, yeah. But I think Stadium View is definitely number one for me.
Yeah. I feel like you're an easy person to throw out of a bar.
Yeah, I'm just going to go. I'm not fighting.
It's just like, hey, sir, you've had a lot to drink. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just leave. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to argue. Because, like, sometimes my wife tells me that, too. Maybe you should just shut her down. I'm like, You know what I mean? But she doesn't kick me out, so that's good. It's different when you get thrown out of a bar. First of all, I don't want to get thrown on my face. That's what I always think when you get thrown out of a bar. It's like Casino. You ever watch that movie?
Yeah.
When they're like, get him out of the casino, use his head to open a door. I don't need that in my life. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I just got this tooth fixed last summer. I don't need
that. Yeah.
I don't need to lose the thing again. But yeah, anyway, so the Packers are going to win the NFC North. Bears fans, very delusional this time of year. It's the offseason. That's what they do. But everyone, be sure to check out Mr. Scott Harvey. He's on Road to Glory. They're taking a break right now because it's the offseason. The offseason's kind of shaky. But be sure to check him out, and we'll definitely do this again. And big shout to Quick Trip sponsoring the podcast. Remember, every weekend in the month of June, you get to buy one, get one on their crispy pizza. I don't have it open anymore, so I forget exactly what it is. But check out the Quick Rewards app. I will say this about Quick Trip. The Quick Rewards app is very underrated. And I'm not just saying that because they're a sponsor, but like the Quick Rewards app, there's so many good things that people just don't know. Dude, they don't open the app.
I was so stoked to have those. Like, I had like 50 scratch offs for that pontoon boat for that one time. Like, I didn't even know. And I was like, they're like, you got. It's just like all day, just like
yeah, because people don't know like you have like a million visits because you go there all the time. You just never open the app. You know what I mean? So if you got the Quick Rewards app, or if you don't, get it and win yourself stuff. And big shout out to Nick Law, the bearded freak over there.
It's a beautiful beard. Beautiful beard.
You have a good beard. I can't grow a beard like that. People would find me like on an island, like the Castaways type of situation, and they'd find me. I wouldn't look much different. When I grow a beard, it just looks like I'm dirty.
Yeah.
It just looks like he got dirty. Like, just
wipe
wipe
your
that
face.
off. Yeah, just wipe that off. You'll be all right. You wipe that off.
Clean shaven. The hell?
All right. If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, subscribe on the podcast. And be sure to check me out on Facebook as well. We do a lot of fun stuff. We're going to be doing some giveaways there. Big shout out to Sam Miller. All right. Been watching me and followed me for a lot of years. But all right, so go Pack, go people. We are going to wrap this thing up, and I appreciate you coming with me. And next week, when I do this thing, we're going to have a different background. I don't know if I kind of like the green screen thing, though. I could be anywhere. I'm going to start going to people's houses and taking pictures when they're not looking. And then they'll watch my live stream, and they'll, I'm at your house, bro. I'm at your house, bro. All right, big shout out to Scott Harvey. Stop by. Scott Harvey seems like a fake name.
It does.
And it's a junior, so you're like the second person to fake that name. All right, go Pack, go people. Packers are winning the NFC North. I don't care what ESPN tells you about the Bears. They suck. It's the Packers, the Lions, then the Bears and the Vikings can fight for themselves.